Welcome to my channel, Sewing with Mary Rose. Here it is, my new to me Viking Husqvarna Topaz 40, stitching out this beautiful design. Today I'm going to show you setup and everything that I know about this new machine that I received today. I purchased it used and I just picked it up. Here is part of it in the back seat of my car. It is a Viking Husqvarna Designer Topaz 40. So the latest version of the Topaz line is the 50. It seems to me like it's going to be a nice improvement over what I currently have. So currently I use a PE 800 from Brother. I really like this machine, but it does not cut jump stitches. So what I did when I picked this up, I met the person in the parking lot at medical office building, and I brought my own little brick. Is able to plug in like a regular standard plug, so I plugged it in and I checked the screen. I made sure that everything moves around. I'm in a parking lot right now charging my car, and to me it seemed that it worked really well. So I'm really excited. I should have stitched it out, but I felt really confident in this person that I purchased this machine from. She has been embroidering for a long time, and the only reason she was selling it was because she purchased another machine that was bigger and had more functions. So I'm really excited to get this home. She even kept everything in the boxes. She also had given me the Q foot, which I know is an additional accessory you could purchase, and it is supposed to help thicker materials. And she also had 2 magnetic hoops, which I know are kind of pricey, so I'm really excited that she included these items for me. The lady that I purchased this from saved the box, and she also gave me 2 magnetic hoops, which I am really excited to use, and they're much larger than my PE 800 hoops. Here is my new to me Viking Husqvarna Topaz 40. Super excited to get it in use and unpack the entire thing. This is the embroidery arm. It was made, it looks like, in 2018, and the lady I purchased this from saved this box as well. She did a really good job of keeping everything together. It came complete with the manual, and I'm really super excited about this purchase. I'm going to take it out and get it all ready to use, and I will show you that in just a moment. I did recently purchase another machine. It's a 4-needle machine that I'm a little intimidated about. I needed to get a couple more things for that machine before I started going, but I did get the test stitch out from the sewing machine store that serviced it for me, and they said it was in really great shape, so I'm excited about that. Now with this machine, it was serviced recently, so I don't feel the need to service it. I am going to open it up and just clean it out and check it out, and I will be showing that to you in this video. what did I think about purchasing my new to me Viking Husqvarna Topaz 40? I am still learning how to use it. I did make a couple of embroidered items. I have not used the sewing machine portion of it. I have another sewing machine that I really like to use and I'm very used to using it. This machine, however, does have an added bonus of being able to detect how thick material is. Supposedly you could stitch together lots of thick layers. I have not made a quilt in a while and I'm looking forward to using that machine. What do I think of it? I am still, like I said, trying to learn how to use it. I did wind a bobbin of my own instead of using a pre-wound bobbin. I think it does make a huge difference when you're using pre-wound bobbins compared to bobbins that you wind yourself. I find that I have much better results when I use a pre-wound bobbin. It just seems to turn out so much nicer. Maybe some of you out there have good results with using your own bobbins that you wind yourself. In my case, I do not, and I just prefer to use the pre-wound bobbins. I am impressed with the price and quality that I received because a machine like this does retail for thousands more than I purchased it for. I was able to negotiate a price that we felt was fair for both of us. I'm also happy with how she took care of her machine. She did save the boxes. I typically don't save my boxes because I like to get rid of clutter and such, but she perhaps had the foresight to think maybe one day she would outgrow this machine, and she didn't seem to have it very long. On one of the boxes it was dated 2018. I did purchase it at the very end of December. She did not have this machine very long. I am happy to say that I would recommend this machine. It is quieter than my Brother PE 800. It has a much bigger area for hooping. The feature that allows you to have the hoop come out towards you to do applique is a nice added feature. It has been pretty difficult to cut around areas for applique with the PE 800. The main reason I wanted to purchase another machine, there were two. One is because I wanted a machine that did automatic jump stitch cutting. That to me was huge. There were times where I was so frustrated with having to cut all of these jump stitches. Another thing about lettering and jump stitch cutting and automatic cutting, you might not want to use the automatic jump stitch because it has to tie it off between each letter if you are using a machine that does jump stitch cutting. And in the back of it, it looks like a big tangled mess. So if you are going to use something over the top like cloud cover or something to make it really soft, you won't notice it so much. It'll be just fine. But if you're going to do a tea towel and you're using like block lettering and you choose to have automatic jump stitching between each letter, it just looks awful. So you might want to consider either using a script font so that you don't see any of that transition on the back of your, say, tea towel, or you might want to just keep the jump stitches intact and you can trim them manually. That will just make it look so much nicer. So in summary, I highly recommend a used or pre-owned machine, especially if you are looking to save or you have a certain budget and you really want a larger area. As a first machine, getting the small hoop size area like a 4x4, unless you know this is what is going to be right for you. But if you want to embroider larger things, then I would say a minimum 5x7 size, such as the PE 800. There's also the SE 1900 from Brother. That is a combo sewing machine and embroidery machine if you don't have a lot of room, but it does not do automatic jump stitch cutting. So that's something you'll want to look out for. I think when you start moving up in your different embroidery machines, you will find that that feature is such a time saver, and you just become so happy with having a machine that does that. The other thing is to make sure you're looking at either lots of YouTube videos on how to use your particular machine, how to service it. You want to make sure you know if whether or not you're supposed to oil it. You always, of course, want to clean out the inside, dust inside, thread it correctly, solve any tension issues you might have. And if you're feeling frustrated with your machine, sometimes it's just a lack of knowledge. Operator error is a possibility, so you might want to just look at the manual again or watch some videos to make sure that you're doing things correctly. After you're using your machine for a while, you'll start to hear certain things. You'll know something's just not right, and how to check for tension on your machine. That's a big thing with getting just the nice, perfect, beautiful stitch. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you would like to see more videos about sewing, serging, machine embroidery, crafting, and my Etsy shop, please hit the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.